the high plains of the Midwest, I bid you good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever your time zone might be. My nod to the late and great Art Bell. I'm Keith Sharp.
And I'm G. Dressel.
And we welcome you to Life After Life, a paranormal webcast where we talk about the paranormal, UFOs, or the unexplained. And the biggest question of them all, what happens when we die? Stay tuned. Hey!
We did it.
Did you miss us?
No.
Okay, let me see if there's anybody in here. I have to go to comments here. Hey, there's Randy.
Hey, Magenta!
Magenta, hey. Magenta, do you feel a victor around me? Because I have another psychic that tells me every time she talks to me, this guy named Victor comes through. And I have no idea who that is. No idea.
Hey.
A Victor. Hey, Susie.
Hi, Susie. Hey, remind me to tell the Magenta story that I was telling you guys before the show.
Okay. But yeah, so Magenta, Magenta, if you're still watching, let me know if you feel a Victor spirit around me like the other ones. Hey, Leah Angel, hello. No, not picking that up. She says, okay. Well,
just curious.
Well, we have devastating news. Lincoln Riley has went to USC here in Oklahoma.
We also have very exciting news that we get to see Bob Stoops freaking coach again, dude. Yes. I'm so excited, dude.
Yeah,
I'm so happy. He's
big
my
game
hero.
Bob.
Big game Bob. Baby.
Hey, we just hit a hump, Garrett. We're going to be fine.
We're going to go out there and knock him right in the mouth.
We're going to go out there and we're going to win those games now. Big Bob's back, boys.
Yeah, he is so awesome, though.
Yeah, he was great.
Great leader.
Yeah, great leader, and he handled the press conference. I don't know if you guys even watch college
cool as a
football.
Cucumber, bro.
But yeah,
cool as a cucumber.
Everybody was panicking, and Bob steps up and like, "Hi, we're gonna be okay."
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
OU was good before me. OU will be good after me.
Yeah, that's better than me. That was a better impersonation than I do.
I love Bob, dude. I grew up with Bob.
Who doesn't love Bob, man? Oh, I know.
Like my whole childhood.
I remember when he came in 1998.
Yeah, dude.
And in the 2 years we won a national championship.
Yeah.
Yay us.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, that was that's all we care about in Oklahoma's football.
Sports.
So yeah, but anyway, we're not mad at Riley, are we?
No, he's fine.
I am.
Yeah.
Everybody is. They're upset with him. We're not mad that he left to USC. It's how he did it.
Yes.
He lied to everybody.
Yeah. You got a lot of kids looking up to you, man. You got to take care of them first.
Yeah. I mean, and look at the shape he left us in. We got recruitments next week, right?
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
hey,
Susie. Thank you. Thank you so much, Susie. You're awesome as usual. You guys could take a little lesson from Susie.
Yeah. Susie knows what she's doing.
Yeah. Remember, if you give us $1, we get 30 cents. No, they take like 30%. So you get $1, you get 70 cents.
YouTube's like the mob.
Yeah, they're like a mafia. But you know what? The way I kind of look at it is they give us this platform.
They do.
And they don't charge us anything. So
and we have so much fun doing it.
Oh yeah. It's
you want me to tell you about my Magenta story real fast?
God, okay. No, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
I'm just teasing. What's your Magenta
this
story?
Is a good intro into our conversation we're about to have with Delta.
Okay.
Is whenever Magenta said we were talking about a miscarriage, right? That kind of was personal with me. I misunderstood her and I thought she said my eldest child had some sort of like talent. I was like, yeah, Kennedy's sweet and everything like that.
Yeah.
Well, she said after the miscarriage, the next child born has some like abilities, right?
Abilities.
So I get, and I didn't catch that. But we have talked about Cleo seeing Granny. Like she talks about Granny forever.
Right.
Like she walked in, points at a picture, and like Granny. We're like, wait.
Yeah, and just let them know she wasn't alive. Granny had passed away.
Right. Yeah. So Cleo had never seen. Yeah. So this has been going on for 2 years, like since she was 2 and could talk. Like, and so by the time I got home, my wife and Kennedy were in tears because Cleo was essentially giving them a reading about Granny, like saying things like about things she wore, things she played with, because she would do certain things with. Oh, she loved trains.
Yeah,
these trains, right? And Cleo was calling out all these things about trains and this stuff, and it was just so real. It was kind of pretty interesting. So well done, Magenta.
Yeah, well done. So anyway, we got a special guest. And yeah, I just wanted to say last week, guys, we just took off. It was the holidays, right?
We were giving thanks.
And there was just a lot of stuff to do. Hello, Mel. How are you?
Hello, Mel.
So what do we got? 12. Hey,
Mel said, "Is the show going to start?" The show did start. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're late.
Yeah.
The show started like an hour ago, Mel. No, I'm just teasing.
All right, let's get Delta on.
Let's get Delta on. Okay, you guys, Delta, if you remember, he was week before last.
She
was one of the guests we had, and we had a lot of problems.
Technical difficulties.
I cannot say difficulties.
Difficulties.
Say it with me.
Difficulties.
Is that right? Difficulties.
I think so.
I sound funny saying it.
Say it.
Either that or I'm just because I'm high. No, I'm joking. Anyway, yeah. So we're going to give him his own spot because he didn't really get a chance to talk much. And it's not because Magenta had a big mouth or anything, right, Magenta? No, no, it's just he couldn't. She. God, I'm so sorry. Could not hear us.
Right.
So anyway.
Now we think we got it.
Now, yeah, we had Magenta, or not Magenta. We had Delta, and she put a big word here. She identifies herself as she. Okay, so I'm gonna put that there so I don't mess that up. But anyway, we couldn't hear him. And
Keith's a dumbass.
No,
I'm just kidding.
No. That's it. I'm done. I'm leaving this show. You run it, Garrett.
I would not be able to do that, Keith. We talked about it.
Yeah, did you guys ever see the first show? Probably the fourth or fifth show, I left Garrett for just a minute.
I freaked out, dude.
And he freaked out.
I just like
it was like that scene on the scene on Wayne's World when Garth is in front of the camera and Wayne walks off and he's like, I'm gonna be okay. I'm not freaking out. I'm not freaking. I'm doing good. I'm doing fine. But anyway, so there we go. We are so whatever it is.
Whatever.
ADHD.
Forget about it.
I don't care. Yeah, forget about it. So anyway, let's bring Delta on.
You make it very easy to be the voice of reason.
Yes.
And that's why Pam's here. She's
shaking her head.
She's the smartest of us all here. Oh, and by the way, too, we have Rick Single 7 is going to be our guest host. I got to figure out how to pop these three. I think
you got it. You can do it, dude.
So there's Rick.
Hey, Rick.
And there is Delta. Delta, can you hear us okay? Oh, no. Delta, are you there, buddy?
Hello.
Hello
there. Delta.
Hey. I don't know if you guys can hear this. We got a cat that's just coughing up a hairball.
What is going on with that thing, dude?
Okay. So Delta, why don't you share with the audience a little bit about yourself and how you got into this psychic thing? It's the UK. It's taking a while to get there.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello. Did you hear my question, Delta?
Hello?
Hello. Hello. Can you hear me, Delta? Hello. This is a repeat of 2 weeks ago.
It is. Do your accent again. That was really good.
I said, Delta, can you hear us? Hello. Delta, are you there?
Yes. Come here, darling. Come here.
What the hell is going on? It sounds like he's getting his cat or his dog. Delta, we're live. If you're there. Hello?
Delta.
Yeah.
Is that him making all the noise?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, at least you can hear him.
A little music while we're waiting.
Hello?
Delta, are you there? Hello? Delta, can you hear us?
Yes.
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Yeah, there you are. I think. Oh, and I need to copy the
Single 7 thinks it's funny.
Yeah. Delta, can you hear us okay now?
It's a very professional program you got here on.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, this is about our luck. This is about our luck here, Rick. So,
well, it sounds like he's there. It just sounds like he's dropping stuff or something.
Yeah, well,
or maybe he's just trying to get through. Maybe something's going on.
The thing about it though is we're all supposed to be in like a living room talking together anyways. And so it's essentially like Delta's in the other room and we just can't hear her.
Yeah, Delta, come on in. Come on in. Delta, can you hear us okay?
Might just have to cut.
Yeah, if we can't get him on, I'm going to have to drop her.
We could just have that one of those shows like you had when the time traveler didn't show up.
God, yeah, how horrible was that?
No, we already have a backup plan.
Yeah, we do.
I have a contingency.
We're just going to talk OU football. No, no, we're going to go over our shows. Hey, Delta, Delta, you there?
We're gonna have to shut it down in about 10. Oh.
Hello.
There he is.
Yeah, Magenta, if you want to jump on, I put up a link. If you want to jump on as well. Did you guys get that link? Let me put it in there again.
Mel's gonna be like, "Hey, when's the show gonna start?"
Yeah. Yeah, there's. I got the link up. So Magenta, if you want to pop in, go ahead. Delta, hello. You're on the air, as Art would say.
Dude, you sounded just like him.
Oh,
I was like focusing in. I was like, wait, did you just get your cell phone to start working?
No.
Say that again. Do that again. Do the art voice.
I could never do it again. Probably. All right, you're on there.
I'm gonna go back.
You're on the air. Turn off your radio.
Yeah, turn off your please turn off your listening device. Hello, Delta, you there? Hello. He sounds far away. He does. Delta.
I think we gotta cut it, dude.
Yeah, Magenta. If you,
Sorry,
I hate this, Delta.
I
don't know what to do.
Man.
You know, I wish if it wasn't so expensive, I'd just have them to call from England. But that phone call is about $10 a minute.
How about we do this? How about we work on that?
Yeah. Well, there's
like over the next couple of days and see if we can figure out why.
Okay, there's Magenta. Hi, Magenta.
Hello, you little American people. How are you?
Oh, we are great.
Good.
We are great. Hey, you got another picture up there.
Yeah.
Look, a different one. You're very secretive, aren't you?
Not particularly.
Really? But we don't even know what your face looks like.
I put one up last time on me surfing.
No, you didn't. You couldn't see it at all.
Me surfing? I bet she didn't watch 100-Foot Wave.
Well, Suze is my Facebook friend, and she knows what I look like. So
I guarantee you didn't watch 100-Foot Wave, did you?
I didn't know.
Unbelievable.
Garrett's psychic. He knew that.
I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew the answer before I asked it.
Yeah. So Delta, if you're out there, if you want to try one more time, I apologize. It's the UK. From the UK to US is probably just.
Can I just say one thing? I think that maybe what we should do is we should try to connect with Delta off the air and just try to work out the kinks and maybe see if we can get them back on that way.
Well, I don't know that would work because I don't know because what would we do that would be any different?
Does Magenta do you guys know each other?
Yeah.
Not we're friends from working at the same place, but we don't hang out.
Oh, okay.
Delta lives totally different place than where I do.
Oh, got it.
We had a lot of people last time you were on. It just loves your accent.
Oh, thank you.
Of course, it's an English accent. Everybody in America loves English accent.
We love the English accent.
Not everybody.
Well, it makes them sound smarter.
I'm a soccer guy, so.
Well, Keith tried to impersonate me, but he sounded sort of Australian.
No, I did not try to impersonate you. I was trying to do my little John Lennon thing. I wouldn't. No.
No, you were doing the London one. All right, gonna come down my house and
the one where they talk like this.
That's it. That's the one.
Yeah, that's the guy.
It's the Cockney accent. You're doing the Cockney.
Yeah, tough guys.
What the hell was that?
Oh, hey, Magenta.
It sounds painful, but anyway, carry on. Let's go.
Magenta, meet Single Seven. Single Seven, this is Magenta.
Hello, Magenta.
Single Seven. If you watch some of our early shows, he claimed to be a time traveler, and he called Art Bell. And we believed him
22 years ago.
22 years ago. And
I love Art Bell. I used to listen to Art Bell.
Yeah.
Then you should know Single Seven.
Yeah.
He was one of the more famous calls.
That's right. Very famous. And we finally have the privilege to have Single Seven on our show quite a bit.
Yeah.
He's going to be
coast to coast, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Magenta, do you see my picture of Art up here?
I love Art Bell. He was great. Yeah.
Right there. I've got two autographs.
I listened to Project Camelot. Kerry Cassidy, that's American, and Jordan Maxwell.
Mm-hmm.
He's
There's
really
also
good. He's into theology and things like that. You know,
have
like
you ever listened
7.
to Clyde Lewis is good too on
Not heard of him. And of course, this
Ground
channel,
Zero
which
with
is
Clyde
the best
Lewis.
channel.
All right, so Magenta, God, I feel so bad. I hope Delta's not mad at us. I don't know what to do.
We tried.
Do you think Delta's mad?
No, perhaps
That's my
next time
first
you
question.
can do it via Facebook.
Ooh,
yeah,
we've been told that a lot. We should.
Well, there's a way we can actually broadcast to Facebook and this simultaneously, but we would need another moderator to watch
we
the
just
Facebook.
can't. Listen,
we'd have
this.
to.
I know, but listen, this is enough for us.
Yeah, I know. I know. Trying to do. Can you imagine trying to do 2? We'd have to have Pam. Pam would have to have 2 monitors.
Well,
Pamela doesn't
I've
even
saved
want
your
one monitor
backside.
sometimes.
Pam just plays games through the show anyway.
I've
Hey,
saved
there's
your backsides by coming on. I wasn't expecting to come on. I was just going to sit and listen and enjoy the show.
Nope.
Well, we appreciate you. There's Delta. Let's see if we can get.
It's not going to work.
And I'm supposed to. Yeah, hang on. Well, we got to give him a try, man. And if it doesn't work, we'll just have to take him off.
So did Art Bell believe you when you said that you were a time traveler?
I don't think he did, but he never said either way. He every commercial break he would talk to me.
Okay.
You could listen to one of their shows, or there's a show called The Unbelievers where I tell the whole story.
Magenta, it was so realistic. I mean,
yeah,
it was so realistic. Me and Garrett believed it for years. And we
friends of ours,
and a lot of our friends. And
I broke a lot of people. I broke a lot of people's hearts, and
when you came on and said it was all BS.
But Rick, to be fair, I still believe you're a time traveler. So my heart.
There's a lot of people that still believe that.
Yeah. Me and Larry both believe that.
Yeah.
Larry is unconvinced.
They're quite naive, aren't they, in America? Look at Biden. You've got him.
Wait, what's that show you like? with the phone booth? What's that show you like?
Oh, that's Doctor Who.
That's from
Doctor
England,
Who.
is it not?
That's a UK show.
Yeah.
Of course it's a UK show.
Yeah.
It used to be good, but not too much anymore.
Okay, so let's all be quiet for just a second, and let's see if Delta. No, you're fine. Let's just see if Delta can hear us now. Delta, you there?
Hi.
Hey.
Yes.
So good. That was sounding very clear. Let's just cross our fingers.
Delta?
Yeah. Hi, are you there?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm out in the car.
You're in the car?
Oh, no, what? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you had to move through the car to get a clear reception?
Yeah, my Wi-Fi was playing up, and I've got no signal in flat, so I've come out into the car.
This is so much better.
Yeah, this is a whole lot better.
Oh,
can
Delta,
you hear?
thank God.
And Delta, can you hear us? Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit broken, but I can kind of fill in the gaps.
Okay. Well, if you have any problem, just ask us to repeat what we said, and we'll certainly do that.
Yeah, absolutely,
okay, so,
no problem.
So Delta,
but I shall bow out and leave you guys to it.
Hey, nothing like a good trash talk from Magenta, though. Nice.
Yeah.
Bye, Magenta. Good meeting you.
Bye,
It's
Magenta.
lovely to meet you. I'll be on standby as usual.
Thank you so much, Magenta. We appreciate it. All right, very good.
Delta.
Okay, so Delta, tell everybody. Everybody wants to know, how did you find out you were psychic? What's your story exactly?
Well, when I was younger, I used to see them all the time. I used to wake up and see them in the house and everything, and it used to absolutely terrify me.
Yeah. When you say see them,
my parents, as I physically see them.
Oh wow! Were they
You
scary?
mean ghosts? You're seeing ghosts?
No, it was white figures I used to see. And I didn't understand at that time. As a child, you don't really understand everything,
Right.
But I didn't understand. It was actually my guides at the time that were showing themselves to me more at the time. But they scared the life out of me, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Ghosts or spirits or whatever apparitions. I don't know what to say, but yeah, they frightened me my whole life. So go ahead.
No, so literally, I struggled with that as a child, My parents weren't very understanding. It was more of a case of it's your imagination, you're letting it run wild. And you know, it just got more worse as I got older.
Yeah.
You know, I literally had to find a way around to cope with it. And in a kind of way, I shut down.
Yeah, and I can hear you, because when I had that problem too when I was young, and I would tell my folks, and they just thought I was, just making stuff up, or I was just seeing things. They didn't believe me either.
You know, it's very, very difficult when you haven't got parents that are, very open-minded. I mean,
Right.
no child comes with an instruction manual anyway.
Yes, absolutely.
We just do our best as parents, but it had a big impact on me.
Right. So how old were you when this first started? Were you, like, when you say young, do you mean like 5, 6 years old, or?
It was all my life. It's never been.
Oh, wow.
It's been from birth. It's been all the way through.
Now, did they present themselves as like demon-like or scary to you, or what did they look like?
The only time I had something that was really scary and really negative, I mean, the white figures, they sort of frightened me in a sense of I didn't know what they were. Why were they there? With the actual, the thing that really did scare me was the fact on one occasion I was sleeping, and I woke up and I just couldn't move. I had one that had literally kind of pinned me down. I couldn't move. I couldn't scream for help. I couldn't do nothing.
But
and all I can remember, and all I could do was just shout out mentally for help. And on that occasion, 2 white figures came straight in and just grabbed this sort of greyish dark entity and just pulled it backwards straight off me. And it left with it. They left with that entity.
Wow.
Man.
And then it only happened once?
That only happened once as a child, yes.
So did they ever say anything to you? Did they speak to you?
Yeah, was there audible?
No, they didn't speak to me at the time. I was more frightened of them. Does that make you? So I didn't really want to engage in them. I just wanted to ignore them and shut them out.
Right.
But they were more there to help me, and obviously they're part of my guides. And I was just shutting them out. They were sort of, trying to reach out, but I was more afraid, to reach out because I didn't understand. I couldn't comprehend what they were.
Right. Well, and most guides don't reveal themselves to people either. That's rare, but it's like some people have that sight like you do, obviously. And
yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Do you think that it's like we all have guides, but that some people are just born more aware? Like for you, like could I have the same experience except I'm just not as aware at the time?
Everybody's aware of their guides. It's just you choose to listen to them, ignore them. I mean, you hear children, they have got imaginary friends, but a lot of the times these imaginary friends are actually their guides, but they're sort of, as they get older, they're taught not to believe in imaginary friends, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Just because the parents can't see them doesn't mean that they're not interacting with a guide.
Now, do you think all these were? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's usually that everybody has the same ability. It's just because of the conditioning of the world and the constructs that we were taught to believe in. It kind of limits our mind to having that wide open curiosity and openness to spirit world. So it kind of it shuts us down. It programs us to shut down.
Yeah, for sure. And that's even mostly subconsciously too.
Yeah. So we subconsciously sort of grow away from that childlike innocence and ability to connect with them.
Can you reconnect with them? Like, do you believe, like, as a 37-year-old man right now with a family and a job and everything like that, do you think that I could get to a point in my life where I'm able to settle my mind and my soul down enough to get on the same wavelength.
You know, it's completely 100% possible to reconnect with your guides. You've just got.
Oh shit!
Uh-oh.
No.
Oh, we lost.
Delta, did you run out of gas?
Hello, Delta.
No.
Oh no, I was getting interested in that.
Me
Yeah.
too. Delta, come back.
Delta, are you there?
What? Isn't Delta a cool name?
Yeah, that is.
Super cool. I mean, that's right
Hey,
up there.
There's Ivy Rose. Hello, Ivy.
That's right up there
Haven't
with
seen
single
you in a long
7.
time. Yeah, Delta, can you hear us?
I have a feeling Delta will figure this out.
I do too. I think what it is just like when you're in your house and you get bad reception on your phone, and you move to the kitchen, and then everything's good.
But we were just getting to the part where
and he said he was in his car. Was he driving? Or?
Right. Yeah. So if he's driving,
that could mean that he
hit a dead spot. I was thinking he just meant he was in his car.
Oh, he dropped out.
Yeah, he'll come back.
Let me explain something to Rick real fast.
Okay.
Rick, so, we do a lot of paranormal stuff, and this is one of the things that's really intriguing about you, and I always bring it up when we talk. That you're an atheist, and that we always talk about it, right? And that you got so many people to believe. So every time we have like a medium on, or we have these paranormal shows, we always get to this point where we talk a lot about intent, and we talk a lot about awareness. And so that's where I felt like we were going with Delta right there, because I believe that you can actually learn to tap into these things. Yeah. And me and Keith kind of sometimes, I don't think butt heads is the right way to say it, but you don't necessarily believe this is something that can be learned, do you?
I do, but I think some people
are born with,
and I don't know if I'd want that. I don't know if I'd want to see spirits all day long.
That's intent, right?
And see, I right now I was listening to him, and I was interested, but I just don't believe him, and I don't want to be rude when I talk to him. And I was going to tell him I don't want to be rude to you, but I just don't believe him. But it was very interesting, and I wanted to hear it.
Yeah,
well, I mean, Rick, come on. I mean, maybe do you believe that he believes?
Yes, of course.
Guys.
But see, I've also had night paralyzation. It's actually a
night paralysis.
Paralysis is a condition. I've had that all my life.
Yeah.
And I've had,
I will say,
and things like that, and a lot of it can be explained, but I was still interested in the story.
Right.
Yeah, because the other side of the pancake, because there's two sides to every pancake, is
two sides of every pancake.
And because I was going to say to Magenta earlier, she's naming all these people. I was like, I only watch Dr. Phil, so screw all those other people. But the other side of the pancake is this: is that, like, to Delta's point, well, I guess kind of to my point is that I feel like subconsciously, because of the lives we live, that we actually just are clouded, and we miss out on a lot of the spiritual world, right? Like, I remember having things happen to me as a kid and being like, again, I'm Catholic, so it's like, saints and statues everywhere.
I grew up Catholic as well.
But I oftentimes can go back now that we've started this show and think to myself, well, did I just get busy with life and become out of tune with that other side of the universe? I mean, so those are some of the big questions, and that's the other side of the pancake.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be I'm going to tell you something that I believe.
Okay.
Do you know the theory of the holographic universe? It's not really a hologram like the Matrix, but do you know the theory of it?
Wait, hang on one second.
Hang on. There's Delta.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Delta, can you hear us?
Hello.
Yes.
Hey.
There he is.
There she is.
There she is. Sorry.
I was like, if there's a way, Delta will find a way back.
We knew you'd find your way back. So you were
okay. So I'm sorry, Delta. Do you want me to re-ask my question?
No. No. As I was going to say, there was a will, there's a way. There's always a way of doing something. No. As you were saying with the with connecting with your guides and that, it's always possible. It's just reconnecting yourself with kind of that inner child that we all have, and it's sort of centering your mind enough to just listen. Be it with, just usually it's a clutter of the daily life and the daily experiences and the way everybody should behave and should be acting. That shuts that sort of curiosity, that inner child down. and it's just like everything, you just reconnect with it. It's always there. It's always able to be used again.
Is it energy?
This is how it works. It's kind of like if you look at yourself, everybody has an energetic field around them. You know, when you touch a car, you get a static shock. To start your heart, you electrocute it in a sense to jumpstart it. We all have a field of electricity, and that field is what interacts with the spirit world. And it's just a matter of you just tapping into what you already have within you.
I love that.
Yeah, I think
That's heavy.
It's like, you know, when your dad says, "Be still," because really, you brought up a good point. It's like life is so busy, your environment's busy that you don't. I mean, it's things maybe happening all the time paranormally,
right?
And you just don't notice because you're involved with something
You're
else, or you're doing changing diapers,
yeah.
or you're going to the grocery store, listening to the radio,
fight with your girlfriend,
yeah,
worrying about what you're going to wear to school the next day as a kid. You know what I'm saying? So I can see where that, like, over time is kind of compounding, and it just kind of fades away, right? The connection.
Yeah.
A lot of it is to do with fear of life, because fear actually interrupts, you know, how you connect with them. It's more, they connect with you more on a loving basis. So it's a loving energy. So when you're in an energy of fear, you're lowering your energy in a different way. So it's more so, have you ever sort of been in a situation where you're in a panic, you can't find your keys, or you can't find where you put your cards to, or your phone?
Every morning.
Dude,
and all of a sudden you just think, well, darn it, just may as well just sit back, relax, forget the keys, forget the car, forget how I'm going to get in and find them. Just sit down and relax and forget about it. You can't find it, you can't do nothing about it. So what is the point in trying? And that
because I'll get in trouble if I don't get to work on time.
And that moment that you stop trying and you just sit down and you relax, all of a sudden, bang, you know where you put it, because you have that connection with them. They've just gone and gave you a straight recollection of where you last put it.
Right.
And that is them connecting with you, but you take it as your own inner voice saying to you, but that's them, because they have that moment of clarity between themselves and between you, because you're still enough, you're calm enough in your mind to hear that part that connects with them.
Dude, Pamela is looking like, okay, so Delta, Pamela is my mother-in-law and Keith's wife, and she's over here glaring at Keith. Yeah, because I feel like Pamela probably says,
I will
settle down.
No, I will panic. Delta, I panic. It's like I start thinking about, okay, I got to call a tow truck, or I got to call a locksmith. I'm going to have to, you know. And so I rarely will just stop. And my wife, Pam, she'll say, okay, let's retrace your steps.
Yeah.
You know?
But even as Delta was kind of explaining that and saying, okay, you have to completely turn off. Immediately, your first response was, I got to get to work. Yeah. And that goes back to that fear part. That's why I love when we talk.
I wish I could. I know. I can't.
But we're programmed to live like that. Like, that's immediately what I'm thinking.
We are.
Too, right?
Well, I mean, it struck a chord with me when he said, you know, the fear.
Well, that you talk about it a lot. That's
it's this constant fear that keeps us disconnected with the spirit world, keeps everyone in that state of disconnect. Because with the amount of fear going on, we haven't got that ability, because we're so clouded by what we can't do that we forget in our own nature, our true nature, what we've always been able to do.
Man, I love it.
You know, we put the limits on what we can do and what we can achieve. We can, you know, you can achieve anything. It's not about impossible. It's always a state of I'm possible. But you can only move from I'm possible when you remove the limits and the constructs around your mind that say it can't be done. Because it can be done. There's always a way to do something. It's just you've got to stop approaching it from a limited perspective. It can't be done. Of course it can be done. Anything can be achieved and done. It's just when you're in a state that you can't do it, you put that limit and that barrier around everything that you are ever capable of doing.
Right. So we got a question for you, Delta, in You can look at your screen there if you can see it. It says, I got a question for Delta. You ever have the dream of falling off your bed? What's that mean?
Interesting.
I think that just means you fell off your bed.
With me 1 sec. Have I ever had a dream falling off a bed, and what does that mean? That is basically when you dream, you don't actually stay within this realm. It's kind of you're visiting home. Dreaming is not as people perceive it to be. It's kind of like you're having a vacation. You're having a vacation, but it's kind of halfway between here and halfway between where you pass to when you go. You kind of having, you kind of relax, you re-energize yourself in a sense, because you're always tethered to the other side. And what happens is when you jump, when you come up, you feel that sensation of like falling off your bed or falling. It's where you're being pulled straight back into your body, and it's too fast. Your body's not in that state to adjust in the right way. So it feels like you've fallen, or it's a real big jolt. Your body's not quite to respond and wake up.
Okay, and then your brain just puts in like some sort of storyline to make it make sense, or what?
It just startles you awake, because it's kind of, you're always tethered, to your sort of heart chakra, and this is kind of what happens with a near-death experience. You're still tethered in that near-death experience. That's what pulls you back. It's when that tether between your heart chakra and the other side disengages. That's when you pass. That's when your spirit will pass, because you're disengaging from those tethers. And it's a tether that pulls you back when your jolt is awake.
So do you think when we're dreaming, then we're going to a different realm, a spiritual realm?
It's so that you're able to communicate. You have the symbolistic dreaming is a way that spirit kind of communicate when you're asleep, but we don't recognize it as that. We sort of see it as a jumbled up space of imagery and
memories.
So when you have a nightmare, for instance, you're not really possibly in a hellish realm. It's just
no, it's
symbolic. It's symbolic of something.
It's symbolic. It's symbolic in nature. It's showing you what you need to do and what's bothering you that you're ignoring. It's kind of, when you sort of ignore something that's you're not facing, or that's holding you back in life, you'll have a symbolic dream around it, but it will seem frightening. It's like if you have someone that approaches you in a dream and they're going to attack you. If you run, you're running from something within your mind that you're fearing daily, but you're not acknowledging it. So your brain's showing you in a sense of, in that dreamscape that they put you in, that you are running from something and you're hiding from that.
And you need to confront it.
Yeah, but you got to figure out what it is.
Exactly.
That's the key. Is you got to figure out what are you running from.
That's when you need Single 7 to come in, and
Single 7 goes back in time and finds out for us.
No, that's interesting.
Wow,
man, that's some deep stuff, Delta.
It's kind of dreaming. What you're actually doing is you're actually in touch with your subconscious mind, which takes in all the details of your life and is your complete access to your whole life. So it kind of it acts in a different way of communication, because your unconscious mind is unconscious.
Did your parents ever come to a point in their life that they did accept this psychic thing you have? Or
they haven't now.
Really?
Wow. A lot of it caused me a lot of problems, and I got people still around me now that view me in the same way as I was about 14-15 years ago. And it's just something, unfortunately, that I've accepted. That's how they view me. That's not me now, but that's how they view me. It's difficult because going through the fact that you see spirits, you see things that people don't know and don't understand. It's very frightening. It's terrifying to the point that it can drive you to the brink of a breakdown. In several cases, it did me. And it's not until you accept that and embrace that you can start putting your life back into a way that you can function and understand it. And sometimes the very things that you're fearing, and that the things that are causing you your pain in life, that cause your life to go down a different path, and just through facing your fears, as anyone could say that's gone through their fears and faced them. Beyond fear is freedom. And when you've actually faced your fears and things that are really terrifying, beyond it is that freedom, because you have that freedom to move on in life in a different direction.
Man,
wow, very cool.
So when did you start doing, like, because you do readings, right?
Yeah, I do.
When did that kind of transition happen for you? When were you like, okay,
well, that
there's
sort of happened.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was at a point in my life where you could say it was do or die. I got to a stage where I couldn't take any more of my life the way it was. I wasn't moving. I wasn't content. I just wanted to dig a hole and bury myself. And by sheer chance, I met a lovely friend. And a friend that's changed my life for the better. And I was saying to her everything I'd fearing, of what I'd been through as a child and what I was fearing. And, not believing in that side of me because of obviously my parents, disbelief and, difficulty in accepting it. And she said, well, give me a try, come, give me a reading. And I gave her a reading. I had her in tears. And that moment of that acknowledgement that, yes, I had that ability. No, it wasn't me. It wasn't anything, that I was imagining or anything. Gave me that faith to sort of, reach out to my guides and say, well, you know what? I can't live this life anymore like this. Do whatever you need to do to help me turn this life around. If you need to destroy it, destroy it. Just level it and show me how strong I am. Show me my strength. Show me truly who I am. And it was a difficult journey because they did answer it. It's like you say, careful what you wish for. And when I say be careful what you wish for, really be careful. My life just started tumbling around me. They tore my life down bit by bit by bit. And I had to fight to get it back. But in that fighting to retain some, of my life back and to bring myself back to more of a common ground, I found my strength and I found a lot more of myself in that way, in that actual, tear down. It was a really nice blessing in disguise. At the time, I thought, I wish I'd never asked for this. But now looking back, I would do it again.
Man, that's fascinating.
Yeah, it is.
That is really fast. I can relate to that for sure. Yeah. I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah, I think most people could.
Yeah. Oh my God. Delta, are you like, whenever you're just in community, like, okay, and this is something Keith asks all the time. Can you turn it off and on? Do you turn it off and on? Or like, as you're speaking to us right now, are you getting information and feelings and energy coming your way? Does that make sense? Delta. Every time I ask Delta a question.
It's Garret, the curse of Garret.
No, I'm really curious though.
So Delta, can you hear us?
It's okay if she can't. Do you know my point though? Because you always ask that.
I do.
And we've gotten mixed answers though. Like some people will be like, nah, just like turn it off, go to bed, whatever. And
and most of them
don't want to.
They say they have to learn to, like, because they hear voices all the time.
Right.
They said they have to actually tell them, hey, hush,
cut it out. That's what
leave me alone right now.
Military medium.
This is my time, and I'll let you know when I need to talk to you.
They set up some parameters.
Right.
But also we've talked to some people that are like called to it.
Yeah.
So they never turn off the light, which I can't imagine, dude.
Art Bell would never leave it. Yeah.
Hey, if Delta comes back on, can I ask her a question?
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, Rick, you're another host like us.
Well, I know, but I just been sitting here listening, and I'm sorry.
I know.
Don't believe it. I don't, but I don't want to be rude to her. I really don't. So I've been keeping my mouth shut.
Well, don't be rude. Just No,
I don't want to, but I don't know what.
Well, this is interesting.
If I just were to say I don't believe you,
I don't think that's rude though.
Or if I think that.
Hey, listen,
that perhaps that you have a mild case of schizophrenia.
Okay, well,
Or something like
yeah,
that.
let's not do that.
Well, it's just that's what it sounds like, and
Right.
maybe.
Yeah, because it
But
takes
but the
faith,
main
though.
thing I want to ask is if she's doing readings for people that have lost their loved ones or something, and charge them money for that. That really upsets me when that happens.
Well,
Yeah.
I think most your psychics do charge for.
Well, I know, but if they're just talking to me or you, that's fine. But some of them go for the dead relatives, the dead daughters, or the people that disappeared, and that just kind of bothers me when I see that.
We
Because
talk about that
yeah,
from
but
time
I
to
mean,
time.
you also have to understand that they're, we don't know. Maybe they are talking to their dead daughter. I don't know.
yeah,
I
but
mean, and maybe they
it's
believe. Right. Now, don't get me wrong. I think there's charlatans out there absolutely taking people's money.
Well, right, and that's the problem I have, because my grandmother, who I was very close to, fell for a lot of that when my grandfather died.
Yeah,
right.
And she just gave tens of thousands of dollars away, and it just bothers me.
Yeah.
Now,
and that element's out there. She works for basically a company. And I guess actually gets a very, very small percentage of it or something, but the company gets the money.
Oh, just like a psychic hotline or something.
Yes. Hey, in Single 7, you might be surprised by old Garrett over here, but I wasn't necessarily. Wait.
No, Magenta just said, but not all the time charges, etc. Usually they ask a question.
Single 7 might be quite surprised that I had never even had a reading until we met. Who was the first one who did it?
Yeah, you told me about that. You told me that he really got some stuff right. And
Well, and so I mean, I'm not gonna say that I completely, because there have been times on the show where I've been like, okay, is this okay? Well, Delta's back on. Let's bring that.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it in a little bit.
So let's be respectful, though. Here we go.
Yes, I know. That's what I want to do.
You're doing a good job.
You're doing fine. Hey, Delta, can you hear us? Hello.
I don't even know if he knows I'm here, and I need to say hello to you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I think I introduced Rick, didn't I, at the first?
We need to do it again though, because we had all the technical difficulties.
Yeah. Well,
Delta, this is Single 7.
He fooled Art Bell with a time travel story, and about 2-3 million people. But his name is Rick, and so he's one of our guest hosts. We have him on the show time to time.
And Delta, I must say,
he's a skeptic. Delta,
well,
he's a skeptic.
Keith, we talked about this off air. I was like, I would love for Rick to be on one of these shows, because I'm still, you know how I feel about Rick. He's a time traveler. I'm gonna talk about Rick while he's okay. But I was really excited to have his viewpoint and his stance kind of in one of these shows. So there we go.
Okay. All right. So where do we leave off at?
Can you turn it off, Delta, or do you choose to turn it off?
Can you turn the spirits off?
I can't. A lot of people can. I can. Mine is wide open all the time, and it's just something that I've learned to accept and understand. The only thing I've as my guide is to, I've just put restrictions on what they, what they give me and what they don't give me. If I don't want to know about certain things, I ask them not to show me.
Oh, so you're seeing this stuff? They're showing you things? You see it in your head?
Is it like pictures?
When I was younger, they used to show me a lot of crimes that people did, and it used to scare me. It used to make me doubt myself, and I got to a point where I didn't want to see that anymore. I asked them not to show me. It's like seeing people be hurt through the eyes of someone else. Do you know what I mean? You sort of watch TV. You know the events. You know the events of what they've done, and they get arrested for it. But it's actually seeing it through a different perspective.
Oh man!
Wait, hang on.
Would enjoy. Do you know what I mean?
Right. And I mean, did it take a while to? I mean, 'cause I'm trying to put myself in your shoes, Delta. Right? Like growing up, having these experiences, and then all of a sudden, you have to understand that these are your guides. So you make that connection. Then all of a sudden, they're like throwing you information, and then you have to somehow find a way to take on that information and build parameters, right? So this is all happening by yourself.
The information was always coming, if you can take that. It was just
like a waterfall.
In a different way. It was coming,
or like
it was coming in more of an uncontrolled manner before, you know, and it was more intense and frightening. And now it's kind of I ask them to give it to me in a different way, so it's more efficient, more manageable.
Got it. That is so intriguing to me.
You know, it's kind of, you know, I you know, I'm always connected to them, but usually I'll say, look, I'm not working. You know, don't give me anything. I'm not working. But then, like Magenta said, you'll be out walking down the street, and then all of a sudden they say, go over and talk to that person over there. Why? That's a bit random. I don't really want to go and be talking to someone about. I don't want to go and give them a message about that, or, you know, tell them something. And you think, really, do I have to do this? Okay, you and they're bugging you. You know, they keep bugging you and bugging you. You know, go on, and it's like a little nudge. I can't explain how they do it, but it's sort of like, I don't want to do this, and you know, and it's kind of, you know, not in the mood to do this. Can I just get on with what I'm doing? And you get that nudge and that nudge and that nudge and that little bit, and finally you go up to them and you give them a message, and you know, and it's just absolutely, you know, it's nice, but obviously, you know, that's the way they work.
Well, do you think that it's more of a nudge or more of a sense of duty on your side? Because I feel like having those kind of abilities would be a huge responsibility. Like, I feel like if I could walk down the street and I was called to tell somebody something, I would feel like the need to do that all the time, even if I was like tired or exhausted. So do you think it's more of a nudge, or do you think it's just you personally, your subconscious feeling that calling to do that? Does that make sense?
I can see where you're coming from. Yeah. No, it's not so much your subconscious. It's kind of, it's a nudge from them to go and get the message, but kind of like they play on the heartstrings. Because obviously you want to help people. You're there, you know, you want to, you know, inspire people and things like that. So it's like they play on your heartstrings. So kind of like you can't ignore your own inner, you know, your own inner morals. So eventually you cave in because you know, that's your natural ability. You want to help people, and it's kind of like, oh, okay, then let's go and do this. You know,
with great power,
I've had people come to me from the spirit world for messages.
And with great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly, Rick.
Yes,
Spider-Man.
Yes. You know, in the wrong hands, you know, it's awful. You know, in the wrong hands, it's like anything. You know, it's destructive. But in the right hands, and used with you know, with discernment, it can be very, very positively powerful.
Well, let's put the shoe on the other foot, like. Because I would love it personally if I was standing around on the street and somebody came up and gave me a message. I would personally, right? But I know a lot of people around me like would be like, "Hey, what the hell are you doing?" So how have you been received when these things happen? When you're being nudged or called to give somebody a message that isn't asking for it? I swear it's every time I ask an intense question.
Yeah, maybe you should stop asking questions and write them on
it. Sorry, could you repeat that? Because it broke up just dead.
Repeat your question.
Man.
Did you?
Okay, so I said, let's put the shoe on the other foot. Like, because I know personally, if Delta walked up to me on a street and was like, hey, I have to give you this message, I would be super receptive and excited to get that message from you, right? But I also am like fully aware that there's a lot of people around me that would be like, hey, what the hell are you doing? Like, I don't want to message. So how have you been received when you feel nudged or called to give somebody a message that isn't asking for it?
Sorry, it's just breaking in and out a minute.
Okay. Can you hear us okay right now?
Yeah, I can. I'm starting to hear a bit better. It's just for some reason this phone is doing what it wants to do at the moment. But I'm not hearing it.
Garrett, you got to ask that question the third time, man.
Okay, here we go.
They're quite strong around. Usually they're quite strong around me anyway, because I've got a habit of blowing light bulbs and things like that, which I've had to change a lot of my lights in the house to
Damn.
to LEDs, because I just, I blow them as I go past them. And it's, it's not something I always want to do. So I can affect the electronic devices, and I have done. I had a car that, I mean, if she's still there, I don't know if it's still connected now. Hello.
You're great.
Cool. Hello.
No.
We hear you.
Hear you fine.
Right.
So Delta, would you like to do a reading?
Yeah.
For one of the...
Well, I'm concerned about doing a reading because I don't want it to break out. It's not very fair on someone to give them a reading and it's in and out.
Let's give it a shot.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, I'm gonna put her on
that's
here.
how it goes. Let's see what...
Lipsha, are you there?
Let's give it a try.
Hello, Lipsha.
Hello.
Hello, there she is.
Hello.
Okay. Do you have a question for Delta?
I'm just, wondering what's coming up in general, in the next, I don't know, 3 months or so. And I don't know if Delta can address this, because last time I was speaking with Magenta, but she mentioned there was a child around me. I wonder if that child is still here and who they might be.
I feel that this child is more someone that's it's more someone that's passed, that's to do with someone that's close to you. I don't know if you've had a loss in the family of a child, or someone's had a loss, and it's more that it's with you because you're quite how can I say it in a way that is not not so harsh, but in the way of a gentle way. You kind of don't trust yourself in your judgment sometimes, and you tend to look at things on a serious note and on a serious side of things, and it basically it's there to try and add a bit of humor and a bit of sort of inner childlike fun to your situations. I think sometimes when you're actually doing things wrong, or you feel it's wrong, I don't think it's wrong in the sense that you're actually doing anything wrong. It's just because you're doubting yourself, or you're putting too much expectation on the how much you're perfecting it. It's kind of like you've got that perspective ideal on things, and it can be draining sometimes. I think it's just to take put the humor back into your life a little bit, and not take life as seriously as you do.
Okay.
I mean, if you can take that.
Yeah. No, that's yeah.
Does that make sense to you, Lipsha?
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah. You got any other questions for him? Or?
Yeah, I'm just wondering generally what to expect over the next 2 to 3 months, if anything.
Well, I feel I feel at the moment you're holding yourself back. You want to go and do things, but you're sort of, should I or shouldn't I? And it's almost as if you're holding yourself back. You're asking for validation that what will happen in the next couple of months, but you're not putting into practice what you want to do. You're not going from that thought process that I want to change things, I want to have a happier life and move forward. So it's an asking a validation in a sense that you want a reassurance that things will be all right, but you're exactly where you need to be now. Everywhere you're going and what you're doing you're guided by spirit, whether you know it or not, if you can take that. So it's about believing that what you're wanting to achieve now, you can actually achieve that. It's only a matter of taking a step from thinking about it to putting it into action. You can do it.
That's awesome.
Excellent.
That is very good.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Lipsha, thank you for always supporting our show.
Thanks, Lipsha.
Oh, sure. It's a great show. I love it. Thanks for having it.
Well, I'm sorry that I can contribute to it as much as I could. Hopefully, I'll try to sort these issues out and perhaps come on again if that's okay.
I'm very happy. Thank you very much.
I love that though.
Okay, I have a question, Delta. I keep getting this other psychic that she contacted me today, and she keeps saying there's a Victor. Every time she talks to me, there's someone named Victor around me, which I've never heard of anybody named Victor. But do you see a Victor around me, or?
No, I don't, and I honestly don't get that.
And
a lot of the times when, I mean, we do get confused, mind, when obviously we're talking to spirit, and even we do ourselves. We can, when we're actually talking to people, we can actually connect to spirit around us that are still there from other people.
Mm-hmm.
If you can take that. And I feel that, you know, not all spirit will come in and out and connect to one particular person. Usually that spirit's connecting to someone else. And usually sometimes I can actually be connected to a spirit and not realize they're the ones that are connected to me, not the other way around. It's, you know, right. it's you've got to use your discernment. And sometimes it's not because the mediums don't know what they're doing. It's because the energies that are around are very different. And they do linger. So it's kind of like, if I do a reading for somebody, then, you know, I could then get onto the phone and have a reading with someone else. But I've still got some of those spirits attached. They're still within my field. So then I can confuse the next reading, but it's learning to be aware of that. But it's also learning to be aware of that what we're actually seeing could be one of our guides or somebody that is a friend or family member that is helping us and guiding us as well. And we sort of temporarily think, well, you know, we don't realize that spirit is actually attached to us and not the other person.
Man, it's kind of like what me and Pamela were talking about before the show. There's like levels to this thing, just like anything, right? Like in sports, there's levels to sports, and music, there's levels to music. It seems like in like mediumship and these kind of things, there's definitely different levels, right?
It's the same with everything. You cannot be perfect at everything. Does that, if you can take that, you know, if everything was perfect, there would be nothing to strive for. There would be nothing to achieve. There would be nothing to keep. You know, if everything was perfect, nothing would exist. Because it had no reason to exist.
I'm going to take a bathroom break.
And it's the same with everything. I mean, every soul is at a different level of advancement, but they still have. There's still so much to learn. It's an endless learning cycle.
Right.
No one is any better than anybody else. Everybody is just, in a sense, on the same level. The only thing is, you know, one soul's achieved a certain amount of knowledge in another.
Yeah, but isn't it like isn't it like a teeter-totter though? Like the mediumship on the human side becoming better and more efficient, and the energies on the other side trying to align. So it seems like a really fine line between making those connections. Am I wrong? Does that take practice?
It's not so much about being better at everything. It's discovering that in a way, it's rediscovering that no one is better than anybody else. It's not about being better than anybody else. It's about understanding the oneness of the connection, oneness with everything.
Which is very hard to find. Like for a normal, like I'm saying for myself, right? Like, cause I've never had this kind of experience. Now I have since I've talked to mediums, but I was actually telling Rick and Keith and I were talking about this earlier. I had never really had an experience until probably about 6 months ago with like a medium and getting a reading. And it seems like every single time it's been just a little bit better, or and even on times where I didn't realize what the medium was trying to get across to me, I would go home and my wife would be like listening to the show and she would say, wait, how did you not catch that? So again, it's me being a big dumb idiot and letting life stand in the way of making meaningful connections when there are some. So
went to the bathroom and got some more to drink. I'm a bit dehydrated now. Okay, so did I miss anything?
Hang on a second. I got to have a conference with Keith really fast.
What?
You lost Delta again.
Oh, okay, no.
Okay, so good. We'll talk about it right now.
So, Rick, you want a reading?
Yeah, if he wants to give me a reading, but if I could ask him some questions first.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because I'd like a reading, but I just don't want one that's common and just the most common questions, vague questions that he gave the other reading for.
Right.
And there's a guy on here who wants to tell me off.
Is there?
Yeah, somebody. I can't remember.
Well, welcome to YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Trust me.
I didn't say that.
When I first came out as single 7. Oh, geez, man.
Yeah, but was anybody really mad though, Rick, about that? I mean,
yeah, there were. I got a lot of the comments on YouTube.
Oh wow!
When I did the first show, The Unbelievers.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Delta is here again. Let me pull him up.
Okay.
Here. Hello, Delta. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'll let you read this.
Hello. Can you hear us?
Hi.
Hello. Okay.
Yeah.
If there's a will, there's a way. If there's a will, there's a way.
So Delta, Rick, or guest host,
you know,
he's
there's always a way, and there's always a will to find it.
Yep.
That's right.
Rick's
That's right.
An atheist and doesn't believe.
Yeah, Rick.
Rick,
our co-host, he's atheist. He is a total skeptic. Doesn't believe in psychics, that kind of thing.
And he's a time traveler.
And I'm telling him it does happen. There is something to it. So.
Well, I believe that you believe, and I don't ever want to be rude to anyone. I really don't. I just don't. Delta, are you there?
Yeah, I am there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just have trouble believing you, and I just wanted to let you know that. But hearing your story as a young man, I really didn't want to say that because I didn't want to bring back bad memories or anything.
No,
but
no,
I like your speeches. I like your philosophy in life. I'm towards the end of my life. I have a terminal disease, and I'm just towards the end of it, and so my fear has pretty much gone away in my life.
Oh.
And I just, I like some of the things you're saying. I just don't believe the guides that you said and things like that. I don't believe that, and I'm sorry.
Well, we all have our belief systems, and the thing is, it's about respecting everybody's belief systems in life.
Well, see, and that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't want to make fun of you for it. I want to make sure that you know that.
You're certainly not. You're not. You've got your opinion to your own philosophy. That is part of your identity, and that makes you who you are.
And I have some experience of fooling people, like 7 million, I think it was.
Yeah.
and then even more than that on other occasions. So sometimes I'm very skeptical when I hear people, because I've been on the other side fooling people. Now I think you totally believe what you're saying about your guides and things like that. I just don't believe it. But they wanted me to ask you to. They wanted me to ask you.
If I sort of give you this sort of message, if you can sort of take it. My guys are referring back to when I was getting used to having my abilities, and it was kind of scary in a sense for me, and kind of hard to look at and see in the right way, if you can take that. Hello?
Yeah. Yes,
right, sorry, it's connected. They wanted to say and explain this, it was something that one medium said to me, because obviously it used to frighten, I used to think, well, how do I explain it? Because people are going to think I'm completely crazy and lost the plot. I've gone through breakdowns, so yeah, here we go again, sort of thing. And the lady said to me, when you go out and you breathe in the air, can you see it? And I said, well, not really. It's there, but you can't see it. You're breathing it because obviously you're still alive. But how do you really know it's there unless it's blowing? How do you really know that air is there? I mean, obviously it's been proved it's there now because we've had the, you know, we've had the scientific equipment that can show it's there and the properties that make up the air in the atmosphere. But years ago we didn't. So how did we really know it existed? And it was kind of, my guys wanted to point out that in the sense of the spirit world and the other side. How do you know it's not existed yet? Just because it's only not been able to be proved?
At some point, maybe
you know, we tried to.
At some point, there may be some scientific proof that there's ghosts or mediums or guides. There might be. I don't think I'll live that long, but there might be. And then I'll be proven wrong. Then I'll accept the evidence of the scientific community, and I'll be proven wrong. And I understand that.
Are you gonna get a reading?
Yeah. Do you want to try to make Rick a believer and see if you can give him a reading?
Or does it work that way?
We could try, but you know,
Hey, if there's a will, there's a way.
There's a will, there's a way, and Rick, you have to be open.
Yeah,
I am open, or else I wouldn't allow, or else I'd tell you I don't want it.
Yeah, you would. That's what I love about you.
Okay.
Yeah, just bear with me 1 second because I've got a little bit of a connection at the moment that's in and out. And I'm just going to find somewhere that I can stop over that is a little bit more stable and not so jumpy. So just bear with me 1 second.
No problem.
I'm hoping I'm still connected.
This has been a fantastic show.
Yeah, this is cool.
This has been a super cool show. Single 7.
Yes.
You could time
I'm
travel.
being shown with you personally that you're more afraid of the sense of, you know, it's kind of like you've got things going through your head, and I hope you don't take this the wrong way that I'm, you know, because I wouldn't want to upset you or make you feel any, you know, it's kind of.
I doubt
like,
you could do that.
Is there anybody that's going to come to get me when I pass?
You
know,
say?
and you've had quite a few family members. Sorry.
Nothing. I can hear you now.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you now.
All right, bear with me. See if I can move a little bit more and see if.
I hear your blinker.
Right. Okay. You've had a few family members that's passed over that have been pretty dear to you, and it's kind of like you've been thinking about them. And there's one in particular, and he's a male figure. He's someone that you used to look up to. And you've missed him for a long time. You've missed his advice, his input, you know, very much a father figure in your life.
Did you hear his blinker?
Yeah, I heard the blinker.
At least
I think he cut off.
Hey, at least he's been a safe driver.
So, is there so far, Rick? Is there a male figure in your life?
No.
Okay.
No.
You never looked up to any guy?
What?
I said you didn't have anybody that you looked up to as a.
No.
Really?
Yeah, there's a female figure, my grandmother, yes, but not a male, no.
Yeah.
Watch, Delta's gonna pop back on and be like, I said female figure.
Yeah. Delta, are you there? But I know I said buddy. I'm sorry.
You can say buddy to females. I do it all the time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I also call them dudes.
Dudes, yeah.
I do too.
Well, I hear girls call each other dudes.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Let me say this.
Delta just popped off, but he'll be back on.
Let me say this about the Delta show so far.
Okay.
Again, Rick, you know, we're still getting to kind of know each other a little bit. Like, you know, all of us, me and you and everything. I love the philosophical side of things. So anytime we have like a Delta on, I'm like, my mind's like going a million different directions. As you know, Keith and I both kind of have ADHD or something. There's something like not totally.
You think?
So I'm like over here just like taking it all in, and Delta like you said speech. He said Single 7 said I like your speeches. You know?
Yeah, I do. His
like
philosophy,
right?
His philosophy is I like it.
Yeah.
I like his philosophy.
Sure.
I just don't believe in the spiritual part that he's talking about.
Right,
I love his philosophy. You know, everybody can do whatever they want to do, and I like that.
Yeah. Energies, putting off positive energy.
Well, I don't believe in the energy in your car or whatever he said, but
you don't. Oh, I feel like when I talked to you, Rick, I feel like that there was an energy and there was some sort of connection, you know. And I will say this: whenever you guys were talking about Art Bell, I always talk about this. Whenever I had you two nerding out about Art Bell for about 45 minutes on our first call, there was like a weird, like odd energy there that was amazing, right? And
it was art.
It was art. Yes, art.
Yeah, it was the spirit of art with a cigarette smoke.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I just find it insane that a time traveler doesn't believe in the energy side of things, I guess.
Because I made up all the time travel stuff.
I know you did. There, hey.
Yeah, and I have more of a scientific mind than most people do, I guess, because I try to, because I'd love to believe in spirits and ghosts.
Okay, here's Delta.
And then you guys can start your thing.
Hello.
I'm just gonna sit back and relax.
Delta, you there? Hello, Delta.
Hello.
I'm starting to hear something.
The blinker.
Yeah, I heard.
There's like a lot of roundabouts in London.
It's a bit.
Right?
It's a bit of roundabouts.
Yeah,
Even through
You still there?
Really? Yes.
Yeah.
Can you hear us okay now? Okay, well, you can go ahead and continue with Rick's reading.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you great.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Delta.
Hey,
Hello.
Delta, can you hear us?
Oh, right.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I loved it.
You were just saying to me that I had a male figure that had passed.
Yeah. He's basically saying that you had a fear of water when you were a child. He's showing me that you didn't like to swim.
I'm sorry, Delta. I'm sorry, Delta. I loved to swim. I used to be on the swim team as a child. I used to swim when the weather was so cold that you shouldn't have. I loved to swim as a child. I'm sorry.
Well, I have been given that you did once have a fear of swimming, and it was something that was done that was comical. That took your fear away. It may be that it was when you were a lot younger, but he's saying that if you sit down and you really sort of ponder over it, it will come back to you. Because I've been shown to stick with what I'm saying. That it's kind of like, yes, I can take that you like swimming now, but it was almost as if, a practical joke kind of was played on you to get you over that fear of. It was almost as if you didn't like water over your face, you didn't like submerging your head, and it put you off.
A
practical joke.
I'm trying to think to help you out, but I can't.
You know what's going to happen
think
though,
of
Rick.
anything.
Well,
you're going to be like
all I can do is I can leave that with you.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, so all right, we have Savannah. Actually, we have a question. Rose Blossom. Let me see if I can go back up here. And Delta, I don't know if you can read that. It says, could you see why my sister passed away suddenly?
What's the question? Sorry, again.
Yeah, it's if you can see it on the screen, it says, I put it up there. It says, could you see why my sister passed away suddenly? That's from Rose Blossom. I bet that's not her real name, though.
How much you want to bet?
I bet you.
I'm being shown that it was her time. Even though it was sudden, it was her time. Sometimes we have a short life
Do you
Hello?
think on the other? Yeah. Do you think on the other side that we do plan our deaths or when we die?
We plan all our life, and that's what my guides basically tell me. We plan everything. The only things we don't plan is when we kind of don't follow the plan and we decide to do our own thing, which they find comical and quite, you know, hilarious at times, because, you know, we can say to people, oh no, things are going wrong, you know, I've gone off with this wrong person, you know, oh, they're terrible, this, that, and t'other. But sometimes it's not part of the plan. And we've gone to meet someone that, you know, we're supposed to sort of connect with in life to follow things through. And we're in the wrong way of how we perceive it, or we're in the wrong motion at the time. And someone else attracts us, but they're the wrong person. And we go off on a tangent and we go somewhere else. Now, we have sort of a pre-fixed plan, but free will intervenes. You know, we can choose to go off the off-beaten path. We can come back to it anytime we want to. We're guided back as best they can, you know, and usually, unless it isn't our time, they see spirit can intervene. They can intervene with something that's really terribly happened in your life that, you know, could cause you serious harm, but they're only allowed to intervene if it is not your time.
Yeah. And then we have another question from Susie Heath.
And that's sometimes what
Oh, go ahead. You can finish.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
Hello?
You can go ahead. Like right when I say something. Okay, so let's move on to Susie. So Susie Heath has a question. Does my mom have anything to say to me? And if so, which mom?
Hi.
Hello, can you hear us? Okay.
Is someone still there? Oh,
yes.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay,
it's just, it's just, I don't know when it's going to disconnect, if that makes, you know, so
sure.
it's like
No, it's
treading
fine.
on eggshells, wondering if the connection's still there.
Yeah, it's so impressive.
Yeah, Susie Heath, she's one of our viewers and big financial supporters.
She's our financier.
So you have to answer this one. She says, does my mom have anything to say to me? And if so, which mom?
Sorry, I didn't catch any of that, and I really do apologize.
No, that's fine. Can you see your screen, Delta? Are you on your phone?
Might bear with me. Let's see this. Bear with me 1 second.
Sure.
Yeah, me too. That single 7 guy.
He's trouble. Bro.
Yeah, that single 7 guy's trouble. Mississippi Trouble. That would be a great WWF name. Mississippi Trouble.
Yeah. I like to call myself.
No, you'd be surprised at the moment. I'm driving. The only way I'm getting the best signal is driving around at the moment. So
Dude,
to read
Delta,
it, I've got to stop.
Thank you so much for
Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, seriously.
He's burning petrol for us.
Yes.
Petrol.
Yep. And that's what they say in England, isn't it, for fuel?
Yeah,
petrol.
for gas.
Yeah. So he's
it sounds a lot better too than saying gas.
Yeah, it sounds a lot less dangerous.
It does.
Well, it sounds a lot less gastrointestinal.
Yeah.
Can
you hear
Delta?
I've got you on Bluetooth, so I'm not sort of driving with no attention on the road. You know, I'm not going to kill myself, which is a bit of a stupid thing to do, to be honest. But no, I've got all my full attention on the road. I've just
be careful.
Just going through the. As long as it's not taking my attention off the road, we're allowed to drive. And you know, as long as it's coming through Bluetooth and I'm not handling the phone.
Yeah, you got to be careful. You got to be careful driving in England because you drive on the wrong side.
Yeah. Okay, if you can hear me, the question we have I remember her named Susie Heath. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, and Susie Heath wants to know, does my mom have anything to say to me? And if so, which mom? Right,
I heard the say to me and which mum, but I didn't hear the bit in the middle.
Yeah, she said, "Does my mom have anything to say to me? Does her mom have a message for her?" Basically, is what she's saying. And if so, which mother?
Ah, right. When getting the message that at the moment she's worried about decisions. It's almost as if, what would Mum do? And she's saying to me, follow your heart. It's almost as if, do I take this risk? Do I not take this risk? And she's telling me, and what I'm getting from her is, stop being so. Be prepared to take that leap of faith, in a sense. And it won't be her words that she's using. That's more my words. But it's more so, it's kind of like she feels that she always used to hold back with decisions. She wouldn't put her all into it. She always had a fear of doing things wrong. And she's saying, go for it, take, and stop holding back.
Very good.
Hello.
So Susie, yep, I got you.
We were just listening.
So Susie, in the chat box, you can put if that resonates with you or not, or you could just call in, Susie.
Jeez, Susie.
I know you pay for our phone bill, so. Susie Q. All right, so I'm going to bring Savannah. I'm going to bring you on now. So I hope make sure your dogs are out of your room. Okay. So here we go. All right, Savannah, you there?
Yes.
Okay.
First of all, that's very rude of you. Also, hi.
Hi. Is your dog's out of the room?
He's not in my room.
Okay,
good. Okay, so Delta, this is Savannah.
Hello.
And do you have a question for Delta?
Yes, actually, my mom does, but she's too shy to say it.
Okay, what? Go ahead and ask your question.
Is my great grandparents around us? That's the first question.
Delta. It's like Delta fell out of the car. Delta, are you there?
Sounds like he's beating on somebody in there.
Great. Now we just have to talk to Savannah.
Yeah. Delta, are you there? Hello? Savannah,
you just
we'll keep you on.
Ask a question and kick Delta off.
Yeah, he asked a question and then kicked him off. No, that's fine. We'll keep you on, Savannah.
How's it going, Savannah?
How you doing, Savannah?
Pretty good.
What kind of dogs do you have? Wait, I have a question for Savannah. Savannah.
Yes.
If you could be any animal in the world, what animal would you be?
A wolf.
Why?
It's my favorite animal.
So you.
What about a werewolf? That would be really cool.
That would be fun.
Yeah. What would you be, Rick?
I'd be an elephant.
Why?
Because I love elephants.
I do too.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know what
I could be big and fat and eat stuff and just be big and fat and nobody would care.
I would be a blue whale.
That'd be expected of you. So
yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good answer. Delta, are you there? So Savannah, how are your grades?
They're actually good. I actually have A, B's, and C's. I have no D's and F's. I'm proud of myself.
Very good.
What about mathematics?
Yeah,
are you good at mathematics?
Math? I have a B. I'm proud of myself.
All right, yes.
You know
what grade are you in?
7th.
All right.
I've got a 6.
So you're in pre-algebra?
I think so.
You think so?
You guys might not know this, but I used to be a 7th grade teacher.
Oh, very cool.
Back in
English.
That was such a yeah. That was which traveling life was that, Rick?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I said, which time traveling life was that?
About 4 of them ago.
Man,
I've had too many jobs all my life.
When I was in college and algebra just would blow my mind.
You were only in algebra in college?
Yeah, that's all I needed for the OT thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't have to go any further than that. But it kicked my butt. I was in the math lab like every day because you had to make at least a 75 or 70 on the test.
See in mathematics, if you just it's just a thing. It'll be harder, and then one day it'll click, and then you'll be able to go into calculus and in the higher mathematics.
Savannah doesn't even know what math class she's in.
I want to ask Savannah about her English.
Good.
Nah, I was C.
Well, what kind of books are they making you read? What kind of novels?
Yeah, what are you reading right now?
Nothing.
Red Bad.
You don't make me read Animal Farm or
Animal Farm.
Not yet.
Really not in 7th grade. What about The Lord of the Flies?
No, no. We haven't read that yet.
What?
You didn't what?
We haven't read that.
Have you read any books, or did they have you to read any books or study any books?
What about the Harry Potter books?
Harry Potter books.
No, but I've read that in 6th grade with my 6th grade teacher.
All right.
Yeah.
What about Charlotte's Web?
I've read that before, way before.
All right. What about Where the Red Ferns Grow? I'm going off all my books that I.
Yeah.
Where the Red Fern Grows is classic. What about The Hatchet?
No.
God,
Tom,
what kind of school do you go to? Where do you live?
Somewhere.
What state? What state do you live in?
She lives in Illinois.
In Illinois?
Yeah.
That should be an all right state to learn.
Yeah.
Have you ever read Tom Sawyer?
No.
They don't teach that anymore.
It's very racist.
It's racist. It is very racist.
Very racist.
Dude,
it's a classic novel, but it's got a lot of racist tropes.
What'd you just say?
I'm in band.
Oh, yeah. What instrument do you play?
What instrument?
The flute.
All right.
Jazz flute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I think Delta's back.
Delta's back. Okay. Let's see if we can get Delta back on. Oh, he's spinning in a circle right now. That's not good.
He's
in the ending time travel circle of death.
Yep, that's what it means.
Circle of life, man.
He's gone.
There you
go. See ya. Bye.
So, Savannah, I'll just say this. Yes, your grandparents are around you. They love you very much, and that's the message for you.
It was a great grandparents.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The other question my mom had is, do my grandparents have any message for them?
Well,
does your grandparents have any messages for them?
Well, we're not comedians.
Well, all I can do is speculate. I'm not a medium or psychic, but I bet they do. Oh, there's Delta. Okay, he looks like he's got a strong signal. Okay, Delta, are you there?
Ugh.
Hello?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Savannah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Keith,
I think I keep hearing a blinker though. Yeah, I hear
something.
Yeah, I hear him in the background. Hey, there he is.
Hey, Delta, yes.
Delta, so Savannah wants to know if you can still hear me.
There he goes.
So
I think you should just wrap it up.
Yeah. Bye, Savannah.
Yeah. So Savannah, your grandparents are around you, your great grandparents, and yes, they just want you to be happy and just let you know that they love you. How about that?
All right.
Okay. Bye. Good night.
All right. We'll talk to you later, hon.
See you, girl.
Right.
Bye bye. Oh no.
Hey.
Okay.
We're gonna. Is he good?
Let's try. Are you there, Delta?
We're gonna have to tell him good night soon.
Yeah, we're 10 till 9 anyway.
And I wanted to pick Rick's brain about all this.
Okay. Delta, we can't hear you at all. There's no signal. Oh, there he is. Can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Sounds like water running.
Yeah, it does. Is it raining?
Is it raining?
It's
no, that's the tires on the that's the tires making the noise on the tarmac.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
The tarmac.
Where are you on?
It's been raining.
You're in an airport?
It's just damp.
Yeah, you use the word tarmac, right?
Yeah.
Well, so we had Savannah on. We went ahead and disconnected her, but she basically
it's past her bedtime.
Yeah, she just basically was asking if her grandparents if they were around her and her mom, and if they had a message for them. I don't know if you can cue in on that or not since she's not on here, but
Keith gave them a good.
I'm just getting the message that she needs to believe in herself more.
Okay.
She's
I agree with
doubting a
that.
lot of things in her life at the moment, and she needs to sort of have a bit more faith in things and the direction that they're going in.
Wow.
You know, it's kind of she worries about which direction to take sometimes, and that's it's over hesitant. She's over hesitant in the decisions she makes.
Yeah, that I kind of
You
know her a
know,
little
and
bit, and that sounds about right on.
You
she's
know,
afraid-
and she
I'm-
gets very, very insecure and very
Yeah.
oh, what's the word I'm trying to look for? It's right, they'll give it to me, hopefully in a minute.
Insecure and shy.
Insecure, and it's almost as if she doubts herself all the time. And you know, I'm getting from Spirit, she has no reason to doubt herself. She's more than capable, and she's shown that to herself on several occasions. She's more capable than she will give herself credit for. It's almost she asks. It's kind of like she asks for reassurance. You know, it's kind of, am I doing the right thing? But she always does the right thing, if you can take that. You know?
Yeah. And like I said,
it's almost
I know her a little bit.
Yeah, it's almost as if I'm being shown. It's like she'll go up to someone and she'll ask them, and it's kind of like from the other person's perspective, it's, well, you know you're doing fine. You know, it's almost as if, you know, sometimes people around her, and it's in a nice way,
Yes.
feel like, you know,
so
really
Savannah,
sort of, you know, when you want to give someone a little bit of a shake, you're doing really well, you know, believe in yourself, you know, she doesn't. She's doing perfectly fine. She just needs to believe in herself. That's, you know.
Yep. Agreed. So Savannah, I hope you heard that. And I totally, because I kind of know you a little bit through your mom. So yeah, it kind of hits the nail on the head there.
And our dear friend Magenta.
And our dear friend Magenta has joined us.
Has come on and talk a little bit more trash.
Magenta, how are you?
I just thought I'd come on just in case Delta can't get a signal. Keeps it going a bit.
That's okay. We got about 6 more minutes left. We're getting ready to wrap it up.
Rick, I understand where you're coming from. Is it Secret 7?
Single 7 is what we call him, but his name's Rick.
Rick, I understand where you're coming from 100% because there's a lot of charlatans out there. You know,
I've got charlatans, and the people that start charging money for it really, I mean, my poor grandmother got taken by so much, and it just bothers me.
I've done a reading because I work for the same company as Delta, and you know, this lady said, I keep ringing psychics, and I said, don't, you know, please, they're trying to take your money. I'll give you a reading, take it as the truth. You'll see a feather later tonight to make you know that I'm telling the truth. Please stop spending your money, you know. But there's a lot of charlatans out there, and I looked on YouTube, you know, about tarot cards, and these people are great, and they get so many followers, and they're about as psychic as my, I don't know, front door. I mean, you know, and they're con artists. There's a lot of con artists, and unfortunately, there are horrible psychics that prey on vulnerable people.
Yes, there are a lot.
And
they're usually in the religious circles, though, those type of people.
Usually how I read is they'll ring up and ask me a question, so I won't be telling them blah, blah,
yeah, but
blah,
see,
blah.
those people that ring you up, they're looking for you. You're not going to them.
No.
And that's a huge difference.
A lot of times when someone rings up, if I can't connect to them, if I'm not getting anybody come through, I'm not going to say to them, oh, you know, I've got this person coming through, that person coming. You know, it's just not authentic, and to me, it's not right. Do you know what I mean?
And most of the people that are calling you through your network, they're just looking for, most of them, I can assume, are just looking for a little fun. And you know, and there's nothing wrong with that, what you're doing. But when they prey on elderly people, it really drives me crazy.
Yeah, we have a philosophy where I work that if we're not connecting with them, then they've got 5 minutes so they can get their money back. They can get a full refund. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. In fact, I didn't even know they had psychic call-in networks anymore. But
Yeah, I find it interesting that sometimes you guys are just walking down the street though and feel called to like give somebody a reading, right? Like for me, that does something for me personally as somebody that only had their first reading like 6 months ago. I would say I'm rather new to this, but like for me, if you were just in it, if somebody was just in it for the money and to be on a hotline, then once they clocked out, they'd be like, all right, cool. I'm not gonna like go out of my way to give somebody a reading. Right? Would you, Keith? I mean, like when I got off work, when I'm off work, I'm off work, right? So that just kind of gives some validity to me, though.
If I had that ability and I really felt like it would
exactly,
if it helped the person,
that's what I'm saying. That's my point.
Yeah.
My point is like you wouldn't,
you know, and if somebody were to come up to me and tell me that the ghost of somebody, I don't believe them, but I would love to listen to it. You know, I would love to hear it.
But that to me gives some validity to, you know, what the work that Magenta and like Delta are doing. Because otherwise, if they were just on a hotline and just taking phone calls, then when they got off work, they'd be like, okay, cool, I'm going to go home. Like me personally, I'll go home, play some Call of Duty or whatever.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like, oh shit, man, I gotta go talk to this person. Like, I don't know this person. Like, this is the last thing I want to do right now, but I feel called to go give them a reading. Like, they have a message.
Yeah.
Right. So I just think that's part's crazy. It's awesome.
I know this police officer told me the other day, he said, yeah, he goes, after I get off work and I drive and if someone's in front of me and they start swerving, he goes, I just go home.
yeah. It's not like that for them though. Because,
right? Because they're having those voices all the time.
Right.
So there's
police officers are supposed to be on duty at 24 hours.
That's what they say, but I mean, I don't think that's the case. Yeah.
Hey, Lipsha told us To Kill a Mockingbird is also another novel she should be reading, and that's an excellent novel. If anybody is listening, you can read To Kill a Mockingbird. It's one of the most best novels ever written.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, it is. And Magenta, you were saying?
Yeah, Susie asked a question in the comments, and I answered it for. I just wondered if it was right what I was saying.
Yeah, so Susie, if you're still in the chat room, did she answer your question? Did you connect with it? And Doug, let's see what Doug's got over here. My mother's friend was murdered years ago, and Psychic had some really big hits that ended up being spot on. Yeah, have you guys ever worked any cases with the police?
It's not something that I've really looked into, but I know, Keith, that I've spoke to you and we're going to do about Missy Beaver, Summer Wells, and the Delphi murders.
Yeah, that's another thing I was going to tell the audience is Magenta's going to come on and we're going to discuss the Delphi murders, Summer Wells, and maybe Missy Beavers if we get around to it as well.
Dude.
Those will be some interesting
He
cases.
told me that Magenta before the show, and I was very excited.
Yeah,
I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, that's going to be an awesome show. Maybe we'll do that next week, Magenta, if you got time.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. Well, we got to wrap it up, guys. It's 9 o'clock. So I want to thank Delta and Magenta. Thank you for coming on and when he was off. And Delta, thank you so much for driving around so you can get a good connection. We appreciate it.
Man.
Do people not want any readings, or are they?
I've asked everybody, and
you didn't give me one.
All right, give Garrett a reading.
I did last time.
Did you? Oh my gosh! Oh, did you hear the story I told about you? It's freaking crazy. You did. Okay, you gave me a reading. That was crazy, dude. My wife and my kid was crying when I got home.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. But no, I put it. If you guys, I'll give you about 3 minutes if you want to ask a question from either one of them. Go ahead and click on here, and then if not, then we're just going to have to go because like I said, it's getting past my bedtime. And man, you guys, thank you so much for, I mean, it's what, let's see, you're 6 hours ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like 3 o'clock over there.
Magenta, what time is it?
Yeah, about 3 o'clock.
3 a.m. 3 a.m. All right. Well, I think we're just gonna
goodbye, Magenta.
Yeah, I would have liked to have spoken to you a little bit more. I totally understand, Rick.
I always, and this is something I want to tell you, that every time I hear your name and I hear your accent, I want to hear you sing the song "Touch It, Touch It, Touch Me."
That's for another channel, I think, Rick, and it's over 18s.
No, do you know what I'm talking about?
Only on weekends, Rick. You know.
Yeah, you know the song I'm talking about.
No.
It's from Rocky Horror Picture Show, and there's a character named Magenta, and they sing that song.
Ah, okay.
Okay, got it.
I thought he was flirting with you as well.
Well, hey, Magenta.
Well, yeah, I thought, here we go.
Yeah, but hey,
I'm too ugly for you, Magenta.
Well, I was about to say though, Magenta, that I think what you're about to say, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you would like to speak to Rick more in depth about these kind of things, and I would love to be a fly on the wall for that. So if I could make that happen, I will.
Well, maybe there'll be a show about that where
Absolutely.
Magenta and I just speak and you can hear it.
I would love that.
Yeah, we can set that up.
Can we?
Absolutely.
All right, let's talk off the air.
Yeah.
Yep. Right now.
All right. Well, guys, we're gonna go now.
Yep.
Garrett, did you want to ask me a question? You said something before I leave.
Oh yeah. We'll let Magenta and Delta go. We'll talk to you for a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, Magenta. Bye, Delta.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Delta, for coming on. And again, we really appreciate you driving around and so you could talk to us.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude.
Yeah, and especially staying up to 3 a.m. That's awesome. Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
Fantastic.
And we will talk to you again soon. Thanks, Delta. Have a great night or morning.
He might have not heard you at the end.
That's okay.
I don't think he did. So
That's fine. And it's she.
yeah, she.
I keep forgetting. I'm
You
sorry.
guys are assholes.
I do. We are not assholes. We're just,
I know.
we
I'm
just
just
forget.
kidding.
Okay,
I am sorry.
Dude, I don't remember what I was gonna ask you. I was just glad that you were on this show because I did tell Keith.
Well, I have to say about his readings of me, it was there was nothing that I could think of. I was trying to think.
Right.
But I just, ever since I was 3 years old, the water was just like my friend.
Right.
And I've never had a male figure in my life pass away that I loved or anything.
Yeah.
I had two grandfathers, but they were step grandfathers, and I really didn't care.
Mm.
You know, I know that sounds awful, but
No.
So, Delta, did you have any closing statements?
Hello.
Hello.
I love that.
So, Delta, we were just
don't ask the questions because then you don't have to leave.
Yeah, we just wanted to thank you, Delta, for coming on and driving around and wasting some petrol there so you could talk to us.
We really appreciate it.
We do appreciate it, and thanks for coming on tonight.
You're welcome.
All right, buddy.
Bye, Delta.
We'll have you on again. This was fun.
Hopefully be on again. Yeah.
Yeah,
And hopefully
absolutely.
then, I'll find a way around this connection problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, good
night, Delta.
Well, I guess good morning, Delta.
It's nice talking to you
morning,
guys.
Delta.
All right. So we'll see you later. Thank you.
It is. It's very early morning here. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Man, so nice
Okay.
of them to do that.
That was nice.
But yeah, his reading of me was just totally off. But the other people, I think, but the 13-year-old Savannah, I could have told you that she needs to more believe in herself because 13-year-olds do need to.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well,
But
and,
I like his life philosophy.
Yeah, me too. And that's the thing I get out of all these shows though. Like that's not necessarily my style of readings that I like. Like for me, what appeals to me is the military medium and Brandon Burton, right? Where it's like kind of more, but I like the idea of looking down the line and things like, so the kind of readings, right, that we were getting from Delta. It's definitely a different feel on it.
There's different styles to how they do it. And then getting almost different readings sometimes.
Yeah, definitely.
But still being on point with some of the stuff.
Well, the way that she described it was, and that's what I was trying to say. I don't think she understood what I was saying. What I was trying to say was, for Delta, she's on this side of the world, right? And then on the other side, you have the spirits, and you're trying to like even it out to where you can be on the same vibe. That's a really tough ask. It's very different. I mean, very few people can do that. So it's always going to be different.
And can spirits lie to you? I mean, what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure if you believe in that and they're real, of course.
Yeah.
They probably lie,
Yeah.
To get you to do things that you don't want to do or something. And it was a guy named Charles in your comments who didn't care for me very much.
Oh well.
He's fine.
We love you, Rick. We're gonna keep having you on.
It's okay. It's okay, Charles. If you're, I'm gonna be dissent. That's me. I'm gonna be the dissent guy.
That's why I wanted you to be okay, Mel.
Well, no, it's okay for having a skeptic.
No, just
and as long as I try to be polite.
Yeah, no, you're good.
No, you were not rude.
That's the word I'd probably use more. Is try to be respectful.
I think it was good. You were very respectful and you were honest.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. There's nothing like an honest conversation. It's hard to find. You don't get them very much anymore, right? And so for me, like I dig that kind of stuff. So I was extremely excited that you came on and happy.
Me too.
That's why I can't wait for the next time we have a medium and we bring you on. I'm just gonna keep testing Rick.
We need that.
Well, anytime you want me to come on, just
dude, we'd love when you.
Yeah, we love when you're on. It's fun.
Yeah, single 7. I
didn't speak a lot tonight because I didn't want to. I didn't want to.
Yeah.
I didn't want to upset his vibe because he was talking. He was listening.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. But but I am always I just don't think I could believe. I would love to. Oh God, I would love to believe that there's life after death. Oh my God, yes. I'd love to believe that. I'd love to believe there's heaven and I'd love to believe in the Loch Ness Monster and Bigfoot and what other things, UFOs and stuff like that. I'd love to believe all that, but I just
you will.
I try, but it just doesn't work.
Just keep hanging out with us.
Hey, Rick,
just keep chilling.
Did you get the email I sent you with that voice that said I'm evil on the radio thing?
No.
Dude, check your email.
Yeah, I think I sent that to you.
Oh, I don't ever check my email until you tell me to.
Okay.
There's so many There's so many messages on there. I rarely check it. I'm an old man.
No,
I'm
that's
old
fine.
as you.
Hey,
I sent that about a month. Probably about a month ago, maybe.
Fast forward to like November 2025, and Rick's on here just railing about how Bigfoots are real. He's just like yelling at us, like, "No, dude!
I saw a swamp. You should do a story about. You should do a story about. And I could find some sort of expert for you. The swamp apes. Down here, Bigfoot's called swamp ape.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
you don't think there's a swamp ape out there? Rick, you live in Mississippi. You don't think that there's a swamp ape out there?
Well, I live right next to one of the biggest bayous in the world over here.
Exactly.
But
you don't think a swamp ape could be out there?
Because
he's never saw one.
Miles.
Yeah, he would have to see it.
Hide behind the cypress trees or something.
Right.
But they have the
come down to Oklahoma and stay with us sometime, man.
Come on up.
Huh?
Yeah, you need to come down to Oklahoma and stay.
Well,
with us. A big house.
Well, if I live through and I could get a kidney, I can't travel right now because I got to do dialysis 3 times a week.
Right.
So I can't go anywhere.
Look at that.
Yeah, I'm pretty much stuck as a prisoner. If I could go somewhere 2 days and come back, but I just. Yeah, Oklahoma. I've been to Oklahoma. I like Oklahoma. But yeah, it would be great. And I thank you for the invite.
Yeah,
I have your addresses. So one day I might show up with all my belongings and say,
hey, that'd be fine.
Hey, listen.
That'd be fine until you live with me for a few days.
I just heard Rick say, I've been to Oklahoma. Rick, you haven't been to Oklahoma with us. That's the difference. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you said you like water. I have a huge swimming pool in the backyard.
I was in it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't swim anymore just because of my disease.
Right.
I can hardly walk. You should see me walk. You know who Fred Sanford is?
Yes.
That's exactly how I walk. I'd be going, Elizabeth, all the time. It's funny, I waddle like a penguin there. Today I was putting up all my Christmas lights, and I was like,
did you get them up?
Oh, hell yeah, man. I look like you can see me from the satellites. I got so many lights.
An atheist hanging Christmas.
I've been collecting lights for a year because I haven't put them up in 3 years because I've been so sick.
Right.
You got
I haven't put them up in 3 years, and this year they're everywhere, man.
Awesome. Good for you, man.
That's cool, man. All right.
I got to worry about taking them down.
Yeah, no, just leave them up.
Just leave them up like everybody else.
Well, that's what I think because I live in Mississippi, so
you could get away with it. Well, what happens after Christmas, Rick, you just call them party lights.
Well, no, I can change them to Mardi Gras lights. See,
Oh, there you go.
Everybody puts up Mardi Gras lights down here, you know.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
they leave the Christmas trees and they take all the, and then they put Mardi Gras ornaments on them.
Oh, sweet.
There you
That's
go.
a big thing down here, man. Really.
That's cool.
Well, the kids get out of school for the Mardi Gras week down here.
Wow.
Yeah.
For a week, a whole week.
Yeah, there's parades every day. You know, the crew of this, the crew of that.
In the
No,
You should
I'm
come
not-
down here for Mardi Gras week.
No.
yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I like it
Or
when my kids
are
in
any of
school.
you into classic cars, like old cars?
I like classic cars.
I know nothing about cars.
I don't know a
No,
whole lot.
I'm
about
really
them.
big into old cars, and you know, fixing them up. But anyway, yeah, you need to go. I'm sorry, I'm keeping you awake.
No, that's fine. I was looking at my '69 Camaro. On the, do you see my calendar up there?
Let me see. Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's a '69 Camaro on that.
Well, they have the biggest car gathering in the whole United States down here. It's called Cruising the Coast, and I mean thousands and thousands of
Crazy.
classic
cool.
cars. And they start the parade right across the street from me, so I get to sit on my porch and watch it every
Nice.
year.
Sweet.
You know, hours of classic cars going by.
I had
Except they banned all the rat rods this year. That made me mad.
I had a '73 Formula Firebird with a
Oh man, did it have the eagle decals and everything?
No, it wasn't the
Well.
fancy one. It had dual hood scoops, had the pointy Pontiac nose, and 400 engine in it with a 4-barrel Holly carburetor in it. And glass,
4-barrel carb, Holly.
yeah,
Dual
Yeah.
exhaust.
and glass packs.
Just listen to you guys.
Glass packs, dual exhaust.
Muscle car.
I used to
top.
get pulled over constantly.
Did it have a T-top?
No, it was a
Wow.
basic model. It was still cool looking, but I used to blow
The
Z28
coolest car I
off
ever
the-
had. No, I've had the car that I love the most is a '64 Studebaker Lark. I loved that car
Oh,
like crazy.
cool. Yeah.
But the fastest car I ever had. Have you ever heard of a Ford Maverick?
Yep. I had a Ford
Have
Maverick.
you ever heard of a Grabber?
No.
I owned a Grabber. It's a Ford Maverick with a 302 stuck in it, 2 carbs, big scoops.
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool. It was kind of ugly, but it was a cool car.
All right. Well, we're gonna wrap it up, Rick. So
All right.
we'll see you soon,
Night.
buddy.
Yeah,
Take
if
care.
you ever want me on again, just let me know.
Oh,
we will.
We'll have you on next
We're
week,
your
probably.
biggest fans, dude.
You're just
Get
gonna be
outta
a
here.
kid.
What are you doing next week? Who's your
we
guest?
don't plan ahead.
We don't know yet.
We don't plan ahead.
Well, the 2 weeks ago, you guys were talking, and you said you're going to have a surprise guest, and I guess that meant you didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Well, what that was is, remember I said you're gonna get the guest. You said you have something about
Yeah,
have a guest.
surprise guest.
Yeah,
and give me
yeah,
surprise.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
but
weren't
he
going to
never-
tell us who it was.
He never found anybody.
Oh, come on.
Oh. Hey, if I find somebody, I'll let you know. I'll send you. There's some guys around here that talk about the swamp ape all the time. So.
Dude,
Hey, bring
I
him.
would love to talk
Bring
to them
'em.
about Swamp Ape.
And there's
Garrett will geek out on that.
Yes.
because we live in Mississippi, there's a lot of the old mansions with the ghosts,
Yeah.
ghosts,
Hell yeah.
the cemeteries and stuff.
Paranormal
There's people who are-
paradise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try to find some and send you their information.
Please get me in touch with a Swamp Ape expert. I would love to talk to them.
Yeah, I can't remember who he was, but yeah. And the first UFO modern UFO sightings happened right here in Mississippi at Pass Christian.
Well,
I
that
don't know
was
if you
you-
remember
that
in the
was Bruno Balloon, wasn't it?
1950s or 60s.
Nah.
It was very famous. The last
Wow,
guy
not-
just died recently, but
Wow. I never heard of that
anyway,
one.
I'll try to find some people so you
Awesome.
could have guests.
Cool,
Perfect.
man.
Thanks,
All right.
dude.
Take care, buddy.
Good night.
See you later.
See you soon.
Dude, that was awesome.
That was
show.
fun. That was fun.
actually a lot of fun.
There was just the connection problem, but man, that was cool of him to actually get in his car and drive.
Yeah.
So he could get a good
And I
because he could at some point just said, I'm done.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I love that Rick was on.
Yeah, Rick's always fun, man.
Yeah. Well, and it's just because I'm totally digging Delta's like the vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm glad Rick did kind of latch onto the philosophy side of it.
Right.
But yeah, it was good to have Rick on with Delta and the Magenta plugging in. It was fun.
It's like I was telling you, who would have
The
thought
ruckus.
that we would have Single 7 on You know, even like 3 or 4 months ago, we got Single 7 on the show. How cool is that? So it's always a blast having Rick on. I love it. All right, guys, we're going to let you go. You guys have a great night, and we will see you soon. From the high plains of the Midwest, I bid you good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever your time zone might be. My nod to the late and great Art